Welcome back to Alchemist Angel Tarot 444. This is for the Sun, Moon, and Venus sign of Aquarius. This will be the last of my air signs this week. This is the last week of September. And we are doing a reading on your past person versus your new person. So we'll look into the details about your energy, their energy, what happened here in the relationship in the past, why it failed, where you're kind of at now with it, what you may have learned from it, what may have been the lessons for both of you. No victims, like no who's to blame for what, but if I do see that maybe that you were the perpetrator or more or less the person that got the worst end of the stick, we'll say, then I will let you know that. But if I feel that there was a lesson missed, or there is like an incomplete cycle, or somebody that still clings to you, or how you will know them, just little things like that, details like that, I'll try to give you. But we'll look at your energy in the situation and their energy in the situation. And then we'll go on to your new person, look at your energy in the situation and their energy in the situation. Your past person could be somebody from way back in your past, like a soulmate, or it could just been in just a previous relationship where there was obviously some lessons that had to be learned or that were missed, or things that were obviously important enough to attach to your energy. So not exactly sure what that will be. For everyone, it's going to be different, and I may see multiple situations, but I'm going to try to keep it to narrow down to one particular situation. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it doesn't, then that's okay. It's just not your reading. Come back to my channel and look at another Aquarius reading. I'm starting to do them weekly now, so next week it'll be a completely different format and completely different subject. Okay, let's start here with, which ones I just shuffled? Sorry. With a little prayer. Again, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really helps my channel to grow. It's super important if you will like the video, share it, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Okay. Mother, Father, help me to see in the utmost clarity for the sign of Aquarius, their past person first, their past relationship that had the most effects on them, that energetically may still be attached to them. Let me see the situation, please, and answer any questions or concerns that this person may have about this relationship. Help me also to see Aquarius and their energy and the role they played in this. Then next, please help me to see in the clarity in the present situation or the next coming love. So if they're not in a current relationship, help me to see that. And if they have a love coming in, help me to see some more clarity on the relationship that is coming towards them. I'll first do the past person and then the new person or the person coming towards them. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so let's do your energy first with this deck. For the past person, this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Venus. Past person. Let's see who comes up here. This is for Aquarius, please. 4 cards for their energy. Okay. Definitely a soulmate here. Somebody that could have moved away from you or been at a distance from you for a while. Maybe a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years. I feel like this person, you still are kind of lingering in this energy. I think that you're still attached to this person in some way or some form. Let me see here. Or you're kind of waiting for them maybe to come back. There was a lot of sadness here. It could be a Cancer you were dealing with. I have the Cancer card. And I have a lot of cups here, so it could be any, excuse me for saying that, like water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. There's a lot of cups here. This is definitely a soulmate connection. You could have been like seriously married to this person, engaged. You just felt this heavily on your heart. However, there is a distance between you and this person, or has been for quite some time. It could be 2 years, 3 years. You could be dealing with this person or have dealt with this person. It could be a separation of 2 or 3 years, all the way up to 7 years. I see this person returning, to be completely honest with you. I see this person returning to your energy or still having something that's unfinished with you to do with you, because the Five of Cups is here in the reverse. So meaning you may not be too emotionally upset about this situation. I mean, you may feel the loss, but you may not be too emotionally distraught because you have this feeling that they're going to return. Not saying that they are or not, but there is something unfinished business. You two, you and this person are complete opposites, night and day. Like literally, one of you is light and one of you is dark. And I don't mean that in a general sense, as in your skin tones. I mean on a spiritual, more soul level. Okay. One of you likes to stay up late and is more active or social than the other. You're just really completely opposites. Your crowds of people, the way you handle your affairs, just everything about you and this person is very opposite. They could be tall, you could be short, they could be darker skin, you could be lighter skin, vice versa. But just a lot of opposites here, okay? The way you were raised, your morals, your values, maybe your ethnicities, just a lot of differences here. It makes it really hard for the two of you to have a serious understanding of each other, or to get on the same page. There is something to hear about that you like kind of relied on each other for a long time, but one of you has kind of carried the weight of the team more than the other. Meaning financially, somebody was like supporting the other, or just like somebody did most of the work, or it feels like that they did anyways. They feel like they did. I'm not saying it's either you or them. I'm not really saying either way. I do feel like here that Aquarius, if you were dealing with a Cancer, because the Cancer's card is in the reverse, you're viewing them as somebody that maybe was always trying to be in control, always trying to steer this relationship in the direction that they wanted it to go. They weren't very understanding to your needs or how you felt, and you kind of felt like you were being led into the dark without a flashlight or any kind of light. You were just supposed to trust this person to lead you, and they could have been very controlling about like where you went, who you hung out with, what you did, and they kind of wanted to always be the leader, or a little bit controlling. But I think you got so used to this that you conformed, or became comfortable in this. And when you decided to go your own way or make your own choices, at times it caused some issues or confrontation between the two of you, because for so long that you had conformed to this person's ideas and or ways, and then when you decided to start doing things your way, or vice versa, this could be a cross watchers read. When you started to do things your own way, or wanted to have your own say so, or wanted to start leading more your own life and your own lifestyle, rather than to allow somebody else to make your choices for you, then things became a problem. And I think that's when you both started to head into two separate directions, but yet still living under the same roof. I feel like there is still a connection here, whether it be a soul connection here through children or through some unfinished business or lessons not learned yet. You could be at a distance from this person. They could have moved out, moved away. They could have been, for whatever reason, just not within your energy field. They could be emotionally distant, physically distant. But I really feel like you're expecting this person to return. That's why your Five of Cups is in reverse. You may have felt some sadness or loss at some point in time, but not truly deeply, because you feel this person is only going to come back. This could be a cycle that you guys have repeated several times, because I see if indeed you are expecting this person to return, that means that because you're not feeling the loss here, or is not as deeply as maybe you should, or they would expect you to be, then you may have been expecting the return with the Chariot in reverse. Means I don't see this relationship like necessarily moving forward, but I don't see you letting it go either. So I think you're expecting a return from this person, especially with the Two of Cups in the upright. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your person. 4 cards for the past person for Aquarius. So this is somebody that could, you could find cold, disconnected, irrational, maybe even violent, or a liar. You would maybe consider them a liar, or just somebody that's just gone really cold towards you. They may consider you a liar and refuse to communicate with you because they don't believe what you say is the truth, or vice versa. I really feel like here there is a need for one of you to communicate with the other. And let's see more about this. One of you wants to communicate with the other, but not really. It's whenever there's communication between the two of you, it's really harsh, quick, and insulting. And that could be coming from you or them, because this is the King of Swords here in the reverse, which is the Aquarius card. So if you're dealing with an air sign, it could definitely be them, but this could also be you, Aquarius, because you are the Aquarius. This is your card. And with the King, it shows a masculine energy, whether you're masculine or not. This could just show that you are irrational. They could consider you a liar. They could consider you somebody who has no emotions at all. Is every emotion that you supposedly have is like manipulated or pretended. You may be very materialistic in certain ways, like you only care about your image, what people see from the outside in. They could also consider you to be somebody who tells stories or like tells lies to other people to make your situation appear to be better or worse than it is. They may think that you try to play the victim at times, or you could think this about this person. Either way, there is an irrational, disconnected, cold, untruthful person here, and this is the Aquarius card, but it's in their energy, so I think this is how they feel about you, Aquarius. However, there is a need here to communicate to you, and I feel like this communication has either happened or is coming in soon, and it's something to do with the stability of the relationship, the longevity of it, a family relationship, something to do with family or stability, like a home, maybe that you shared. Maybe you guys are doing paperwork on a home, finalizing the sale of a home that you shared at one point in time, or just there could be other people involved here, like there could be, you guys could actually even have a mediator trying to communicate between the two of you because you can't seem to have these conversations. I don't really feel you take this person seriously, Aquarius, and because I think you both look at each other as if you're both liars or frauds, like you're both fake. And the reason why I say that is because your person and your energy is coming up in the reverse, and then their view of you is coming up in the reverse. So both of you, neither one of you look at each other in a very good light, but I really feel like you're expecting this person still to come back with the Chariot in reverse. However, I feel that this person, though they want to communicate with you regarding something about their home, the environment, your children, something of that sort, like even if it's to deal with contracts or things that you guys had shared at one point in time, I feel that they continue to hold back because they feel you're a liar or you're untrustworthy or that you tell lies about them or that you won't be truthful anyway, so they hold back from this communication with you. But there is obviously unfinished business here between the two of you, whether it be contracts or children or just an unfinished cycle. But there's still unfinished business here. This person felt that when you were together, you had a lot of options. You may have snuck around behind their back. They feel that you kept your options open, that you played a lot of games, that you, even maybe within the community you guys lived in, so around town, people you worked with. So this person feels that you were always keeping other people on the line, communicating with other people around you, whether it be in your neighborhood, family members, just like always communicating and working against them in some sort of way, and keeping your options open, like you weren't faithful. That's how they view you. And I feel that you viewed this person as like emotionally volatile, somebody that made a lot of threats but never actually followed through with them, like kept continuing to come and go in this relationship, and you don't actually expect them, you always expect them to come back, and truly I don't know if you want them back, but you always expect them to come back. You don't really believe anything they say. They may be at a distance from you now, but you're like, oh, they'll be back. And they feel like you lie and are cold and disconnected, and you may lie to their family members about them. You may lie to people in your community about them. They may feel that you try to manipulate your image and portray yourself to be the victim. And they see you as somebody who always was keeping their options open, like they were never their main person in your life. That you may have had many lovers or friends that were always more important than them. And that's just how they're viewing you, Aquarius. I'm not saying it is or isn't true. But I do feel like there is an unfinished cycle here, whether it be connected to children, a home that you guys shared, or finances or something like that. But I feel like you're still dealing with this person, even if you're having to use a mediator or a middle person, because the communication between you guys is so bad. like it's really harsh and really abusive. And so I think that there has to be a person that does the mediating between the two of you. But yes, this was a soul connection, so it was probably a long-term relationship, a marriage, or a family situation for sure. Now, some of you, I'm really strongly getting, for some of you, not all of you, Aquarius, is you were dealing with somebody. This is somebody that you are a family member of yours that you may have lived with you for a long time, and not somebody like necessarily you had a relationship. And I don't know why I'm getting this, but because this is about past relationships. But there was a family member that may have lived with you for a long time or lived around you for a long time that caused like a breakup in this relationship or caused like the severing of this relationship. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. So something here about a family member causing the severity or like the downfall of this relationship, and they could have lived with you guys for a while or lived around you. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I just have to tell you what's coming to my mind. Could also be something about doing. It could be about something like there could be something about a wreck or a vehicle, or like somebody wrecked. Like say you were with somebody and they wrecked your car and refused to pay for the damages, and that's why this relationship ended. Something about that too. But I feel like that even so, maybe those are the contracts that you guys haven't completed, and until these contracts are complete, even if you have to have a mediator, if you're taking them to court or whatever, it could be a situation like that. That's why this relationship ended. It also could be because somebody lied and said they had to move away for certain things, but really truly they had maybe even another family outside of the relationship all along. And when you found out, you just thought this person's the biggest fucking liar ever, and now you know why they're not going to return. But those are three different storylines I'm getting for all Aquarius, and that's the first time I've gotten like three major separate storylines when I did these readings. So please take the one that resonates with you. If none of them resonate with you, that's okay too. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting here. So if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, it don't. And I'm not saying you're at fault or they're at fault here. It kind of feels like a very mutual dynamic when it comes to the blame game. Now let's go on to your new person or the person coming in for you, Aquarius. Oh, excuse me. Aquarius and their new person or the person that's going to be coming in. So this is somebody you're going to live with. You can see that. Somebody who's pretty stable and like maybe they own their own home. Could be a Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, or Sagittarius. This is your energy. I really feel like your stability of your home life has been shaken by a situation. There could even be something about, for not all the Aquariuses, but there could be something about children here, a children dynamic. So you could either be having more children or moving in with somebody because you need more stability for your children. There was a situation in your past that was like unequal give and take, and now you're maybe struggling financially to keep your stability, like to keep your home and to pay all the bills. You might be a single mother. You may feel like that nobody's helping you. You may feel like you need to move. You may feel like you're very alone, like all your options are limited. You could even be waiting on somebody to return, or just trying to fix things from a previous relationship, but they're not really moving forward. A lot of you could have lived with this person in your past, and now you're just kind of in a very unstable place in your future, and you feel like love is kind of a hopeless in your situation. You may feel like people aren't attracted to you because you don't have like the nicest home, or because you don't even have a home of your own right now, and you may feel like the people around you can't trust, whether they live with you or they're just your friends, because of situations that you're going through in your past trauma. You may feel like you don't trust a lot of people, or that you're not really ready to move forward into a dating situation or a relationship. And in fact, you're still healing from a past trauma, from a past relationship that I feel like you're hoping is either becomes something that is comes back around and becomes something that's healthier. But from what I can tell, this was a pretty devastating ending in your past, and I really feel that you feel as insecure right now. Like, is moving on is not an option. Kind of waiting or lingering in this energy of waiting for this person to try to make things right with them, or them make things right with you. I really feel like you're trying to do some inner healing right now, and not really trying to do too much more than that. Like, a relationship is really not even something you're really considering at this point in time. So when you do meet somebody, it's going to be after a period of serious healing and changes within your living dynamic, within your home situation, within your maybe when your children are older, or when there's a finality to a divorce, or when you've just done a lot of healing, counseling, and just spent some time alone. I think that dating for you kind of seems overrated right now. You maybe feel like you're at a point in your life where you're too old, too mature. It's just not into the scene anymore, and you just don't feel like you have the options available to you. Like, maybe you wasted all your life on the wrong people, and now it's just a little too late for you. You might be feeling a little insecure, like you don't have enough. You don't have the money to go out and to meet people or date, and you just are not feeling in the most confident in yourself right at this point. Let's see here about the person that may be coming in towards you. Could be another Aquarius, another Aries. I really don't feel like you're ready for a relationship. Most of you Aquarius, if you're not in a steady long-term relationship now, you're really just doing some inner healing from a trauma from a parent, mother, father relationship. Like a shared relationship you had with children involved that really put a damper on your stability, your money, your mental health, your emotional health, and you're just not in a place where you really want to date. You're really trying to do some inner healing, right as of right now. And I think that after you do this inner healing, which could be all the way from now until January, February, even March, I think it won't be until about April that you may meet somebody who actually makes you feel like you could commit to them. This person is very independent. Could be an Aries, Taurus, or Aquarius like yourself. And they're very independent. They seem to do really well for themselves. They're they're good in business or whatever it is that they do. So they could even work with you. I feel like this person is just a lot of fun for you. You feel really free around them, but at the same time, they seem like somebody that could be give you some kind of a serious commitment. Some of you may have known them from the past. I'm in passing, but not necessarily know them on a deep level. But I feel like this could be like a spiritual connection that you may take a chance on after you're done healing. So this could be around April of next year that you meet somebody that makes you feel just alive again and makes you feel ready to have a commitment again, who makes you feel that it's okay not to be alone and that you can actually put your trust in. So it may be just a slow, steady dating for a moment and then turn into something that's serious more around from April to May. You guys will date or just talk in passing, maybe as friends and coworkers for a while, and then eventually I see this coming into a commitment. For those of you that this hasn't happened to yet, some of you this happened to you already this year, but for a lot of you that I'm speaking for, Aquarius, this is coming towards you. Okay, so you may have ended something with somebody in the past that was just a really destructive, dysfunctional relationship. Person, you relied on them too much, or they relied on you too much. There was children involved even, and you just felt like you couldn't get over this or get out of this, and you really had to do some inner healing and just go really deep within yourself. Ask yourself what it is you want, get more clear on that, get into a more stable environment, a more stable home situation, work situation, and just really maybe even seek counseling or help. And it's not going to be until about almost a year after this has happened that I see you meeting somebody, maybe at work, likely at work, or through a mutual friend at work. And then it won't be until at least the summertime. So maybe a year and a half after this separation from somebody in your past. And it could have even been like, I don't know why I'm getting this. This is so strange. but it could have been just like an on and off again relationship, that this was the final straw finally. Or it could have been a relationship that you had in the past that was just like, after you didn't have anybody for a long time, you finally had somebody, and it was really like secret and hidden and dysfunctional. Something to do with family too. Like, I don't know if you met them through family or what. But after that, it was short lived, if that was your story. And then now you've done some inner work, some healing. Some of you could have moved into a new location, new home, new job, and you're really starting to feel really confident again. And as you grow in your confidence, you will find that you have more options available to you. And even though you start to like to actually be single, you enjoy being single after a while, and you don't even know if a relationship is something you want anymore, that's when your commitment's going to come in. So I see April, May, June for sure. Something happening for you on the verge of a commitment, or on that, in that degree. And that's what I really have for you, Aquarius. I hope this helped you to see a little bit into your past, your situation, how they perceived you, and your situation now. I hope that one of these situations resonates with you, and if not, then maybe the next video will. Thank you guys. Have a good night.